And Jake, how about the season Cal Raleigh is having? Here is a guy who I don't know if coming out of nowhere is the right term, but he is threatening to have one of those kinds of. He is threatening to have an MVP season. I mean, to be a catcher, to flirt with 50 home runs, it's just a matter of time of him getting it. If he didn't get it already, I believe Seattle's playing right now, but he is playing in Seattle and in a market where not a lot of people pay attention to, despite the Hall of Fame talent that did roll through the Emerald City. You think about Ken Griffey Jr., you think about A-Rod, you think about Randy Johnson, Felix Hernandez, Ichiro. Uh, they've had a great wealth of Hall of Fame talent there. But is Cal Raleigh going to be one of those guys where his legacy will remain in Seattle? His contract will conclude at the 2030 season. Cal Raleigh will play for a new team when his contract ends at the end of his contract after the 2030 season. Straight facts, bro. Relax.
I'm going to say straight facts. Seattle, they're a good team. I like them a lot. There's another Matt that has been on the show before. That's in the Discord. He loves Seattle in the Armchair Discord. And I'm kind of with him. That's a really well put together team. I think they could do some damage this year, but just look at it's not a fun place to play. It's just so cloudy every day. It's the reason people are so unhappy just overall in Seattle. And Felix Hernandez, one of the best starting pitchers of his generation. I'm not sure if he ever pitched in the playoffs one time. Ichiro, one of the best hitters in the history of the league. He had more success as a bench player on the Yankees than he did all those years in Seattle. How he even played well for the Marlins at the end of his career in front of nobody. You talk about A-Rod. As soon as he could get out of there, he was gone. Ken Griffey, one of the greatest players ever, one of the greatest center fielders ever. Didn't finish his career there. He at least got close. He was on that 2001 team, also the Yankees. But I just don't think they're gonna. This guy, he already is at 50 homers. We're not even in September yet, and he's the first catcher ever with 50 bombs. So 60 bombs is not out of the question for that guy. He's having an incredible year. I think there's a case for him to an MVP. So look. That's 5 years away. That's 4 or 5 years away. A lot can happen in 4 or 5 years. But if he's still an elite level player, I don't think Seattle's going to pony up the money to sign him. And if he's smart, I think he's going to look at a lot of these guys that either had better success and really made an impact when they left, and the ones who didn't leave, although they're legends in Seattle, they'll never be recognized as MLB legends, because they just suffered on a mediocre team for a long time. They made the playoffs once in the last 25 years. So they have a nice young core with Julio Rodriguez and company over there. A lot of good pitching, but right. I'll say, if I'm a betting man, I'll say he leaves.
You do have to think that one of the difficulties for playing in Seattle is the travel, because they are just so isolated from the rest of Major League Baseball. Gentlemen, feel free to chime in. Do you think that Cal Raleigh is going to leave as well?
No. I don't believe so. I think that when you're a catcher in Major League Baseball and you hit 50 home runs, which has never been done before, especially because Seattle has a lot of great players. It's not even just Cal Raleigh. They also have Julio Rodriguez. They got Randy Arozarena. They just got Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez at the deadline. This is a very fun offensive baseball team. And I think losing Cal Raleigh would be a blow to their identity. And I think they don't want to lose him.
They're going to put the franchise tag on him.
Yeah.
Right now, he does have 50 home runs, 107 RBIs. He's batting .244. There's 25 games left this week they're away for the next, 3, 6, 9 games, which is crazy.
Wow.
They go to Cleveland, Tampa, and then Atlanta. They come back home for Seattle and the Angels. Back on the road for Kansas City and Houston, and close out the season at home against the Rockies and world champion Dodgers.
Wow.
So that last weekend, and that's what you were touching on, September baseball and the playoff push. That's what I look forward to. That last weekend into September, and you see these playoff teams and who they're playing at the end of the year could basically make or break one team. And
Sure.
what year was it, Matt? The Yankees just tippy-toed into the playoffs by
2021.
beating Seattle the last weekend of the series.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
they don't win that game. The Yankees aren't in it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
right now, I think he stays. I think they build a team around those core of guys, like Matty mentioned. Seattle's going to be a team to be reckoned with. I think I'm not afraid as Houston as I used to be. Detroit has rejuvenated, and I noticed Alex Bregman is a free agent after this year. If he likes what he sees in his old hometown, maybe he goes back to Detroit.
Sure.
I
But
think
with Seattle, with Seattle, there certainly is a foundation there and a great history of
without a doubt.
Seattle, and of course, having not made a World Series, they did come into Major League Baseball the same time as the Toronto Blue Jays back in 1977.
They have a good fan base for both teams. Like they call their football team, they're the 12th man, the fans.
Mm-hmm. Seahawks.
So they really have a good fan base out there for both their organizations. The Seattle Kraken with their hockey team.
Yep.
The man has to stay. Just like Alonso needs to stay a Met. You got to keep that man in Queens.
Yes, please.
I think it's a different fan base if Alonso does walk. Met
Oh,
fans
for
aren't
sure.
going to be happy at
For
all.
Pete Alonso, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Matty, of course, the Toronto Blue Jays have had some renaissance season. They are tops in the AL East. They're flirting with the best record in the AL. What is the possibilities for Canada's team? However, the one half of the dynamic duo, Bo Bichette, his contract will be up at the end of the season, and is there a possibility that he may look elsewhere? There is no relationship like there is with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I'm sure you guys aren't aware that Guerrero Jr. was in fact born in Montreal while his father was playing with the Expos. He, of course, did go through the program and with the Jays organization essentially the same time as Vladdy has, but what kind of contract would he be requesting, and would the Jays be able to match that, or do they just see that 1-2 punch as the driving force to lead the Jays to playoff glory? Matty, Bo Bichette will resign with the Blue Jays at the end of this season. Straight facts, bro. Relax.
Straight facts. Because here's why. The Blue Jays know that they have a foundation. They know they got something special brewing this year. They're, like you said, they're probably going to be the best team in the American League by record, unless Detroit ekes it away from them. This team, I think this is their open hole to win a championship. Finally, you already paid Vlad Guerrero Jr. You might have to get Bo Bichette back as well. Fans are clamoring for Bo Bichette to get that extension. I think you have to focus on keeping your core guys there. And if the Blue Jays are serious about contending in the future, they keep Bo Bichette as well. So straight facts.
My spidey sense is tingling. I do agree with you, but there is something. I think that. I mean, how enamored is Bo Bichette with Toronto? And it's not just because it's Toronto. Like, does he have eyes for some other team? And I mean, hey, he has every right to sign a big ticket as well. And I don't know. I don't know how connected he is with the Blue Jays, despite this great run that they're having this season. if I did have to put money on it, and I'm just calling it a hunch, I do think he walks. I do think he walks, but I
I'll-
hope that I am
I'll
wrong.
say this: at the beginning of the season, if you asked me this in like May, I would have said I was very positive he's going to leave. I think he stays now. They've had a really good year. Lodge just got his deal. However, he didn't have a lot of suitors. He was really bad last year, bunch of injuries, but pretty much the last like 4 years other than that, he's been one of the better hitters in baseball. He led the league in hits 2 years in a row. He's been very good this year. I think he's been even better than his numbers say. So I think he stays, but you know, because he's a shortstop. You've seen a lot of these shortstops, you know, Lindor and Seager get these huge deals. He's gonna probably want something kind of close to that. You know, I could see him maybe, you know, clearing $200 million. You know, Willie Adames got what 7 for 182 or something from San Francisco.
Yep.
I think that's probably his floor, so he's gonna get a big deal. I think he'll stay. However, Rogers' family, as you know, Randy, they tend to do some funny things. Sometimes they open their pockets. Sometimes they're like, "Nah, I'm good." Sometimes they'll pretend like they are to make the fans happy, and then you get towards spring training, it's like, holy crap, we missed on every single free agent that we wanted, and we ended up with 87-year-old Joey Votto. So I think
Great pull.
I've had a bit of a change of heart with my prediction for that, so I'll say he stays, but he's gonna have suitors for sure.
He certainly will. Well, Sal, now that you got a firsthand experience of what this segment is like, now you are on the hot seat. And I mean, how about those New York Knicks? I mean, it was some uncharted territory for the Knicks. They did have a great regular season, going 20 games over 500. They made the conference finals. Is it possible that they are on their way to perhaps getting to the pot of gold there and winning an NBA championship for the first time in over 50 years? But the New York Yankees are still the New York Yankees. I mean, of course, this latest where they stubbed their toe and the world seems to be falling apart is what it is. But I mean, they still have. I mean, what is Garrett Cole going to be next year? I mean, is he officially done? I mean, is it just a snap of a finger and they're going to get some free agents and get some new blood? Could they get back to the promised land? I mean, hey, October wasn't that long ago when the Yankees made the World Series.
You know,
But
it's funny.
where are we at with regards to who's going to win the race? Sal, the New York Knicks will win a championship before the New York Yankees. Straight facts, or relax.
I'm going to say straight facts.
Why do you say that?
I see Matt looking at me like I'm crazy. The Knicks are close, real close. I think they're closer than the Yankees, actually. Like I said, that 90s formula needs to walk. They'll never fire Boone because he's a yes man. That is why he's still around. The whole formula in the Bronx has to go. The whole Hal Steinbrenner. I was reading something that the daughter might be taking over the team. So Boone has to go. Cashman's got to go. Like I said, that 90s formula is out the window. Do we keep Cody Bellinger? Are we going to have question marks again? We need a pitching staff. Clay Holmes went to the Mets. He's doing great for them. The guys that they traded and got rid of, it didn't make sense. I was just looking at last year's win-loss record. They're basically the same team as last year.
That's why is that a bad thing? I mean, they made the World Series.
They did. But look at the teams that weren't hanging with them and then dropped out. Toronto improved. Boston improved. All we had to worry about last year was Baltimore. Baltimore just completely ran off the tracks. I was more worried about, like I said, with Toronto and Baltimore. I wasn't thinking Boston at all in the beginning of the year. The Yankees need a lot of improvement. If they don't make the playoffs this year and get knocked out in the first round, me and Maddie are going to be probably censored for the rest of the season.
Maddie, are you in agreement with Sal?
All right. The day of the New York Knicks win a title, New York City will be flooding with people. I'm guaranteeing you right now. But like,
More so
kinda
than
do agree with
usual?
that.
More so
didn't
than
wanna-
already?
Well, see, here's the
It'll
thing.
be,
I
wild
didn't
thing.
I didn't want Sal to say straight facts, but you know what? I can kind of see where he's going because right now the Yankees are doing the same thing every single year and expecting a different result, and you don't get a different result. Yes, we almost beat the Dodgers in the World Series, but honestly, we were beat handily in that World Series last year, handily, and that's not even a controversial opinion. It's a fact. Now the Knicks, this is probably their golden year to win the NBA Finals. This upcoming season is probably their golden chance to do it.
The East has
Because the
nothing.
Celtics are going to take a step back. I think the Pacers are going to take a step back, and then I think the Western Conference, they can take them on. I really think so. Other than Cleveland, who is proven that they can choke, I think the Knicks can come out of the East and maybe even win it all. I agree with Sal. I just don't like hearing that answer, but I can agree.
Also, we talk about how the Yankees won't change. Like, Aaron Boone can run the team into the ground, and like Sal said, he's a yes man. Tom Thibodeau took the Knicks to the first conference finals in 25 years, and the Knicks still look themselves and like, look, he's done a lot. He's done a lot for us for ECF for 25 years, but he doesn't use his bench. He's got to go. So if the Knicks fired a coach after he took them to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years, I wasn't even born yet. Meanwhile, Aaron Boone is running the team into the ground. They're like, oh yeah, he can come back. So yeah, and the Knicks are like Sal said, they're really close. They have a real star in Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns. He kind of gets on my nerves a little bit, but he's a good player. They have a legit bench now, different coach, Mike Brown. East is pretty weak. Coming out of the East shouldn't be that hard. I don't know. I think they're close.
Yeah, Phil, the Sixers aren't going nowhere quick.
And no, you have the freaking
Like I said, my spot
down.
during the Sixer games was right by the Sixers bench, and I would hear it all, man. I would hear it all, and we were talking about organizations throwing money at ball players, and Joel Embiid's one right there, always injured, and you throw money at a guy who's always injured, and now you got. I think didn't the Knicks just pick up somebody that was on the Sixers just recently?
Yeah, Yabuzele, the big man.
Oh, Yabba Dabba Doo, they used to call.
Yeah, so, yeah.
So when he used to shoot a basket and score in Philly, the background noise was Fred Flintstone going Yabba Dabba Doo. So there's an organization who made the playoffs against the Knicks, and then they took over the arena in Philly, and Philly wasn't too happy about that. But organizations are throwing money. You're putting a captain's moniker and a franchise player moniker on these guys, and DeVito now is a Patriot. The Giants got rid of him. It's like, where does it stop and where does it end? Actually, not stop. Where does end it? Even with the Mets. Met fans have been dying since '86. You made it in 2015. Kansas City was a good team then. And it's like, okay. And I said it back then. When you make the World Series, Yankees Mets 2000, you're supposed to build on that team going forward. What were we going to do with Roberto Alomar and Mo Vaughn? Well, Jason Bay. What was Will Pond thinking?
Yeah. I mean, they were definitely past their prime for sure in 2000, and
All the teams are like that. The Yankees were getting guys past their prime. If
sure.
you look at these organizations, whether it's the Devils, the Rangers, the Islanders, the Rangers just had a good run, and now they broke that team up. You know, I was never a Ranger fan. I was a Devils fan, but you know, the Islanders now with their new arena and Boomer Esiason's son-in-law is on the Islanders, and it's like where, and you were touching on getting ball players to draw fans back to see these teams. And I know what your next question is, so go ahead.
Oh no, I
Oh.
was.
I
Yeah,
thought
I
we
didn't
were
really
getting
have
ready
any.
for that other part. Because
Oh no, not at all, not at
Oh.
all. I guess really in the end it was just like, do you need more pieces to fill a baseball team? And
the Yankees are going to need it. I think every team needs like the Yankees made the World Series last year. Did you think
Right.
they were going to make it again this year? You knew the Dodgers were
well,
because
hey, if Garrett Cole stayed healthy, if they'd re-signed Juan Soto, why not?
it's all. I don't know. It's like I said, it's all about pitching. You could have the whole 9 guys on that lineup that hit 50 home runs and bat in 200 runs, and they could help us. As long as you have a good starting staff that could hold that team down, or a bullpen that's awesome. And then you're done if you don't.
Yeah. And hey, I'm not counting the Yankees out yet, as much as I'd really love to, because anything could happen with playoff baseball around the corner.